of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today is Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024, and the time being 6 p.m. The meeting of the Water Board is called to order. At this time, please silence all electronic devices. Donna, roll call.
Scott Mangles.
Here.
Frank Massey.
Here.
Patrick Kennedy.
Here.
Tony Higginbotham.
Here.
Ryan Maddox.
Here. Any additions or corrections to the minutes, Mr. Mangles? Nope. Minutes will stand as presented. Old business, none. New business. Rick.
That's me.
Okay.
Good evening, board.
Good
Good
evening.
evening, Mr. Denny.
I'd give you copies of Honda trash pumps, two of them actually, a 4-inch and a 6-inch. We had a main break over the weekend, or a couple of them actually, and one of our 4-inch pumps, it's actually the original one that we bought back in early 2000. It finally laid down on us. We have two of them, we got one left, and it's about 3 years old, I think. So I had him get a price. We went out to Honda locally here. They can't get them any longer unless they order 24 at a time, he said, so he elected not to quote it. That's probably a good idea. We don't need that many. Hopefully we'll never need that many. Tony went out to Stone's to try to get a price. We looked at the Blue Book, and finally he got a price from Tri-County, I believe is the name of it, over around the Milroy area. They're both Honda pumps. One's a 6-inch, pumps 1,000 gallons a minute, 23 horsepower Honda, comes with a trailer, the suction hose, the discharge pipe, for $16,977.95 for the 6-inch. And he quoted us the 4-inch Honda pump, the exact same thing that we have right now, along with the trailer, everything you see there. The price for that is $5,340.94. Personally, I'd like to have them both. I'll settle with what you give us. There's a lot of times that we have two 4-inch, both of our 4-inch trash pumps in a hole, keeping up. So if we had the 6-inch, it would be very nice to take the place of the two, and if we needed an extra, we got a 4-inch too, so. But I'll leave that discretion up to the board.
Would you be better off with 3 4-inches than?
Well, one of the 4-inch, Scott, we're gonna get rid of it. So we're just, if we buy the 4-inch, we're just gonna still have two 4-inch trash pumps. So there has been times in the past we've had to go down and borrow a pump off the wastewater plant because it's just, too much water. So we can either replace the 4 that went bad, or like I say, I would like to have them both, honestly. So, when we do have a medium-sized main break, we can just pull one pump out there that does the job instead of two 4-inch. So.
Well, I think what he was saying, you want 3 brand new 4-inch.
Oh.
For that, is that right?
Yeah, it's
I
kind
mean,
of.
for that kind of money's about the same, a wash on 3
Yeah.
brand new 4-inch.
The
Rather
only
than
thing,
6.
at that time, we have to have 2 trucks to pull the 2 pumps out there. So if we had just the one 6-inch, to do the job. And then if we have to come back and get another 4-inch, it's not a big deal. We're still using 2 trucks. But.
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
having an extra doesn't do you any good because you still need extra truck.
We'd have to have a truck to pull it out there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, these are all pull-behind vehicles pumps, so they're not the ones you pick up and put in the bed of a truck.
So you like a new 4 and the 6?
That would be, ideal.
You sure been using them a lot.
We've been using them a lot, Frank.
How many other 4s do you say you've got?
We got one now. We had 2, and one laid down on us Sunday night, actually.
Yes. Got any thoughts?
How old's your second?
The
still
one we
working?
have left, I think it's about 3 years old. We've owned it about 3 years. The one that went down we bought it early 2000 sometime, so it's probably got 20 years on it.
You ever find the 4-inch get clogged?
Does it get clogged? Oh, yeah. The 6-inch will probably get clogged. Yeah, it happens.
Is there a warranty on, I guess, on these, I guess?
I do not know. I'm assuming there is some kind of warranty
Okay.
on them, Ryan, but I don't know what that is offhand.
I got you.
I'll make a motion to get the 4-inch and the 6-inch, because they seem to be used an awful lot these days. You always got them in a hole, and you gotta go borrow one, it's time.
Second.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion stand.
Do you want me to go ahead and give you an update on North Michigan, what we got on there, or I can let Zach come up, or however you want to do it? North Michigan, as you're all probably aware, I know Tony was out there, we had a 10-inch water main break. We tracked it down, took us a while to find it. We tracked it down, the water was not surfacing at all, anywhere. We finally tracked it down, that was in North Michigan intersection where it crosses Michigan down West Street. We isolated it. Like I say, it was a 10-inch, we isolated it. Hired O'Mara's to come in and do the work since it was in a state highway. They had the equipment and the plates to plate it and everything. Well, where they originally had dug, where the road was buckled, where we was sure that the water main was broke is what was causing it. Well, when they dug it up, it wasn't the water main at all, where that was settling and breaking up and crumbling. It was suck holes that was created from the sanitary crushed and the storm sewer was bad. So it was actually pulling. We found the leak over on just the west side of the southbound lane is where we ended up finding the leak to get the repair made. So at that time, got a hold of Zach, got him out there and kind of got a game plan going. We got an emergency situation with the sanitary. I know that the wastewater plant's going out, I think, a couple times a day and sucking out a manhole. So as of right now, tentatively, O'Mara's, it looks like we're trying to shut Michigan completely down so O'Mara's can get in there and replace the sewer line and the storm sewer Monday. Now, I don't know if Zach wants to elaborate on that a little bit. I know that he had sent an email. We got an email back from NDOT stating that they think that's a little soon, that they can get it done, but it's an emergency situation, so we want to move as quick as we can. So that's where we're at right now. So if you still see us back out there, you know what's going on.
How long would it be closed for?
We're looking at 5 days.
5 days, okay.
They're hoping to do the work in 3 days and actually do the blacktopping on Thursday and Friday to get it all patched up. But you know how that is too, Ryan. I mean, we can run into something else. So, but just want to let you know what was going on out there. And any questions?
So Rick, I was out there briefly with Tony. What do you need from us and how can we support you?
Pat, nothing really. I mean, just knowing that you know you're offering that means a lot. Honestly, it's just something that we do all the time. So we get the call, we go out there, you know, we do our job, and you know sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's long nights. We had another one Sunday night. We got called in at 4 o'clock in the morning, or 4 o'clock on Sunday evening, and worked till almost 4 o'clock. Well, it's past 4 o'clock. They did Monday morning. The guys are doing it.
Well, and that's, you know, I guess that's my point is, you know, I know a few guys came in from their vacations. It was a holiday. Kudos to you and your team, and let them know that, because that goes a long way. And it was, you know, it was cold that day. Well, just that day, all of the days you guys are out there seem to be
Correct.
really cold. So we greatly appreciate it.
Well, that means a lot. It really does, and the guys love to hear that. So, you know, it kind of, you don't always hear that. All we hear is the negative part about we got part of the road shut down, or you know, I had low water pressure. Or, you know, that's all we hear. So, Yeah, I appreciate that, and I will definitely tell the guys.
One last thing. Before we do this on Monday, how are we communicating to the community?
That's what we're working. Kristen's already got the ball rolling on that, so.
That's what I'm back here, gremlin style, working on. So
Okay.
we've got it
Fact-
taken care of.
I mean, that's a state highway though, isn't it? So
It is a state highway, and that's why we had to get NDOT involved, so. But I will give kudos to NDOT, because we called NDOT and within 2 or 3 hours, they had a couple guys on site, and within 2 or 3 hours after that, they had their own guys actually setting up signs and flagging for us. So they come in, so they know the situation that we have out there, and they was very spontaneous, actually.
What does O'Mara do? Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry?
O'Mara's, they just because it's state highway, you had them.
Yeah, well, I knew with us being in a state highway that it was gonna have to be plated, and we do not
So
have
they-
plates. We
so
don't
they
even
did
have
that.
the equipment to lift plates, so,
Gotcha.
it takes an excavator, it takes all that stuff to do it, so. Yeah, that typically, we do everything ourselves, but I was
State
not
highway.
aware, and I'm glad that I did what I did because of what we found, so.
Yeah.
I think that might be the first time in a long time that we actually had somebody come in and do a repair for
Oh,
us,
yeah.
but our hands were kind of tied when it comes to being in a state highway.
Shutdown for locals probably from 4th to 1st Street.
Say that again?
As far as for local traffic, it'll probably be shut from 4th to 1st.
So, they're just gonna have that intersection where you can't pass through shut down, and the detour is actually, I think what Zach's trying to do is get them detoured over in front of, on 46 West to come in that direction, and then shut them off at
Semi-traffic
Ireland, in Maine. I think that's what he's looking at. But Zach can answer that question more so than me.
Oh, that was my cue.
Come on up, Zach.
So yeah, for as truck traffic goes, we'll push them out to 46. We are looking at, some kind of soft closures on West, Carver, Anderson, just to try to keep trucks away from any local streets. I mean, it's not like the streets can't handle it. The problem is there's no good turn radiuses on any of those streets to get trucks through. So if they get down there and realize they can't go any further, it's gonna be a rough situation, so.
What's the estimated time of repair?
5 days.
Okay.
So O'Mara's hired Indiana Traffic Systems to do all the maintenance of traffic work. Obviously, all that has to get approved by NDOT. Mark and his crew will put signs up where we feel that signs are missed or need to be added extra. So yeah, this whole process has been a huge team effort of all our companies coming together and getting it done. So yeah, hopefully it's a smooth, get in, get out, get done, and what we keep pushing NDOT right now is they don't want steel plates on their road any more than we want steel plates on our roads, and let's try to get it out of the way. We have the plan in place to do it.
Closing the state highway is about as much difficult as fixing a pipe. Really?
Rick could have fixed the pipe by now.
Yeah.
All I have, I'll let Zach take over. Thank you.
Thank you. Call him guys, thanks too, Rick, for sure.
I absolutely will.
Park Road update as far as the design goes for upgrading our water main from basically the animal shelter to Ryle Drive. HWC's using all their current survey from the Park Road project to sheets, so they've gotten all that pulled in. They're meeting internally with their engineer team to start pushing that along. They gave us a fairly quick timeline of design, so I think they're planning to have design this summer sometime. So they got to finalize the PER with Darren and his group, and then their plan is to reach back out to us about 30% design and have another meeting to make sure that they've captured everything that we want done and should help it go smooth and quick, like we said.
They've reached out to me and requested excerpts from what we currently have in PDR, make sure what we grafted in our PDR, what to make it match what they are. So we're getting ready to send those over to them this week, so they'll have that. So make sure what we're stating is in line with what they're designed to. So I think it is based on previous conversations, but we are communicating with them.
Any other questions for me?
Zach?
Thank you.
Is the MROs in here?
Yes.
Okay. Darren, you have anything?
Nothing really.
No? Anything else to come in front of the board? Board, anything?
No, sir.
With that, we will adjourn the meeting.